Hello again, this is Pin Alert, your weekly roundup of COVID-19 developments across Africa. This week focuses on the latest COVID-19 updates from the CDC, news from the Horn of Africa, and how one African country has flattened the curve. The number of confirmed COVID-19 cases across Africa rose from 91,598 on Wednesday to 1,666 as of Friday, the African Centre for Disease Control and Prevention said in its latest situational update. The Specialised Healthcare Agency of the African Union also puts the total death toll of the COVID-19 pandemic across the African continent at 3,105 as of Friday. Africa CDC also disclosed that 39,543 people who had been infected with COVID-19 had recovered across the continent as of Friday, registering over 3,500 new recoveries since its last update on Wednesday afternoon. As of May 22nd, South Africa, Morocco, Egypt and Algeria stood as the African countries with the most cases of COVID-19. In April, we reported on the mass deportations that Ethiopian migrant workers faced from some Middle Eastern countries because of the coronavirus. The latest development has seen a group of 530 female Ethiopian domestic workers stranded in Lebanon. The workers had expected to board Lebanese government-chartered Ethiopian Airlines flights home in an attempt by Lebanon to reduce the number of newly jobless economic migrants in the country. However, the Ethiopian government was unable to clear the flights for takeoff following strong fears that the migrants' return could jeopardise the country's current effort against the virus. In South Africa, scientists have warned that the country's death toll could rise to 40,000 by the end of 2020. The prediction made by the South African COVID-19 Modelling Consortium follows President Ramaphosa's intention to ease South Africa's lockdown measures by June, and comes despite South Africa having one of the strictest lockdown measures on the continent in response to the virus. In Uganda, another country with one of the strictest lockdown measures in Africa, protests have erupted against the government's distribution of food and relief goods during the crisis. Most recently, Ugandan police have arrested prominent Ugandan activist Stella Nyazi, stating that they believed her to be inciting violence.
I want food! I just want food! We want food!
Nyazi was arrested on Monday as she was marching towards the office of Prime Minister Ruhakana Ruganda with other activists. Before the arrest, Nyazi had urged the government to revise anti-coronavirus measures, which she believes have benefited the rich and created an apartheid state. So far, Uganda has yet to report a COVID-19 related death, but the lockdown measures have been blamed for other deaths, like those of ill Ugandans and pregnant women who have been unable to access hospitals. Finally, Eritrea has claimed that it has reduced the country's coronavirus infections to zero, becoming the first East African country to do so. With this news, Eritrea joins Mauritius and Mauritania in being the only African country to report complete recoveries after its 39 cases all recovered. The Eritrean Ministry of Health has urged against complacency in spite of the report. Eritrea's success has been attributed to its focus on stopping the virus transmission rather than the medical treatment of those infected. To achieve this, the government implemented early quarantine in April and contact tracing. Despite this positive news, the government has decided that it will also launch randomised testing to keep an eye on the potential resurgence and spread of the virus. That's it for this week's update. This is Pin Alert. We are Pin Africa. Thank you for watching.